Hello, folks, and welcome back to twitch.tv/gameswithnick. Today, we are continuing April's journey. In fact, the longest journey. The story so far, we're just a normal 18-year-old girl about to start art school. We're in the future, year 22XX or thereabouts. So there's like spaceships and all kind of crazy shit. But we're just a normal girl going to art school. Things with our parents are not that good. But we have very bad nightmares. And what's more, things from our nightmares seem to start to take over our reality? A sculpture that our friend was working on seemed to turn into flesh and bone and be ready to attack us. A weird flute playing mole creature came out of the jukebox last night while we were working, so something's off. So let's figure out what's happening. Beginning of chapter 2. Let's just read the last diary entry so we remember where we are. In a few hundred years, when my great-grandchildren rummage through the attic and find this book, they're probably going to have a ball. I'm not even sure if I want to read about what happened last night, because chances are I will never forget. Ever. And future generations will likely be better off not knowing. But I'm sure now that whatever's going on, it's not just in my head. It's in everybody's head. Last night was proof positive of that. Which begs the question, the things I've seen, my dreams, what's real and what's not? I'm afraid the only person who might be able to answer the question is Cortez. How's that for irony? That in order to prove myself that I'm not going mad, I have to talk to one person I'm sure is totally insane. What a great way to start a weekend.
I worry about the exhibition coming up in 2 weeks. This is the net result of my work. A pile of nothing. And it's not even a big pile of nothing.
Alright, let's try to track down Cortez today. Anything? Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I guess
Did you ever question your own sanity, April? I mean, did you ever wonder if you were going mad?
Well, yes. In fact, just the other day.
I'm quite certain I am insane.
I'm not trying to amuse you, April. I'm really serious.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, I felt like that. Many times.
Then explain it to me. How do you deal with it? Do you lock it away inside yourself, or do you talk to someone about it? Because I'm at a loss here, April. I don't know what to do.
You have to give... Oh,
You
right.
have to give me more to go on than that.
I don't know how I can put it into words. What I saw
What did you see?
last night, right here in this room, Mickey and we were watching a movie, a documentary about the new synthetic rainforests in Mexico. You know, the ones that produce 8 times the oxygen of the original organic forests.
I've heard about...
But I'm digressing. Anyway, about halfway through the movie, like I said, I'm probably going completely bonkers. This room became it was more like a vision, really, and I'm sure it wasn't holographic.
What kind of vision?
This room turned into a forest.
What?
It was like the forest came out of the screen and into the room. Like being in the middle of a hollow theatre, but with added resolution, hallucinogenic effects, and smells. It only lasted for a few seconds, and then it all just disappeared.
Did anyone else see this?
Mickey did, but she refuses to speak of it. Says it was just our imagination acting up, which leaves me wondering how long it'll take before I end up in a mental institution.
I've been seeing strange things lately, too.
Like what?
Last night, at the cafe, right in front of everybody, this creature appeared out of thin air. Just like your forest. It was only there for a few seconds and then it disappeared, but everybody saw it. Everybody.
Oh my. What's going on, love? I don't scare easily, but this is really getting to me.
Don't know. But whatever it is, I'm pretty sure Cortez is involved.
Cortez? How is he involved?
I would like
I
to
don't
know that.
either. I'd love to find out, though. What other weird things have happened lately?
Little things like movement in the corner of your eye that's gone when you turn your head. And noises. The kind you're not supposed to hear in the city. Animal noises. Wild animals. And once, this was very early in the morning, mind, a few days ago, I looked down into the canal and saw what looked like an underwater city.
Whoa, that's cool.
As I looked at it, it dissolved into ripples of water.
Scary.
You're telling me, darling? I'm scared of cockroaches, for God's sake. What do you think this does to my nerves?
I mean, everybody's scared of cockroaches.
Have you seen Cortez today?
No, darling. I don't think he's around.
Do you have any idea where Cortez is?
Sorry, he could be anywhere. Well, he does enjoy going uptown to watch old movies in some revival cinema, but where that is, I wouldn't know.
Who'd know?
Perhaps Zach. He is, after all, the self-appointed film expert around here. You should talk to him, darling.
Great, Zach. My very best friend in the whole wide world. Could you tell Cortez I'm looking for him?
Certainly, darling, if I happen to see him.
Thanks. I have to get going.
Take care of yourself out there, darling.
Alright, well, I guess we're gonna have to eat crow. I believe that's a saying.
Be considerate. Keep pizza and movie night. Common room. Duty roster. July 27th. April and Emma. I'm sorry, but big sweaty jocks do not turn me on.
Yeah, okay, we had read all these. Time to eat crow and go talk to the creepy ass guy.
I never imagined I'd be doing this in a million years.
Well, well, what do you know? The princess comes knocking after all.
Don't get your hopes up.
I think you're the one who's got her hopes up, babe. And you better hope I don't slam this door in your face.
Just do me one favor first, okay?
Well, give me a reason to, babe.
A reason? You want a reason? Okay. What about a date?
Oof.
Yeah.
That's a terrible idea. That's a very bad idea,
Sure.
April.
Tonight. I'll meet you at the... pavilion, was it?
And, are you gonna put out?
What?
I mean, if I'm gonna use my VIP passes and my pills, babe, I just gotta know if it'll be worth it or not. You on?
We'll see, Zach.
No.
Just don't do a Houdini and vanish on me, babe. If you're a no-show and I wait around for you all night, I end up looking like an asshole. And that wouldn't make me very happy.
I'll be a good girl and show.
Oh.
Smart. So, what do you want to know?
Oh. I am so creeped out by this guy.
Where can I find a theater that shows old movies?
There are quite a few that do, but only one that runs optical stock. I figure that's the one you want, yeah?
Why?
'Cause that's where Cortez likes to hang out. And I'm guessing you're trying to hook up with him.
No. I just need to do some research for a painting.
Babe, I'm not a moron. I see you guys together. What are you, his lover? Does shriveled old weirdos turn you on? What is it, his accent? His acute lack of fashion?
It's not what you think.
Whatever. Hey, like I give a shit? You're with me tonight. By tomorrow morning, I don't think you'll find that old creep so appealing anymore.
Ooh.
So, where's Cortez?
When he's not outside reading or whatever the hell he does, he's usually at the Mercury Theater. They show old movies on real celluloid stock through a projector, like in the fucking Middle Ages.
Where's this theater located?
I don't remember the street it's on. It's been ages since I was there last. But you'll find it if you head out the East Gateway from Metro Circle. It's close to the Radio Power building, and there are tons of adult stores in the area. Actually, if you're not too busy, you could pick up something for us to watch tonight. Something really filthy.
Zach, I don't think...
Hey, whatever. I was just kidding, yeah? Babe, you got a major bug up your ass. Get a fucking sense of humor, yeah?
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the tip and the info.
Just be at the pavilion by 10, okay? I don't like waiting around for babies like you. Got a million better things to do. And it wouldn't be a good idea for you to ditch me. Not a good idea at all.
I think April played that very poorly. Like, immediately being like, yeah, I'll go on a date with you, given everything that he said afterwards, is like, oh. Let's go read our diary. I made myself one solemn promise regarding this diary. On the day I first met him, I swore that Zach Lee would never, ever, ever be mentioned in this book, ever. Whoops. Well, promises are made to be broken, right? I just wish I didn't have to break this one. I mean, it's not because he's an asshole. He is, but that's not what bothers me. And it's not because he's constantly hitting on me either, or because he lives right across the hall and every time I take a shower he just happens to wander into the bathroom, or because he's less mature than a spoiled 4-year-old and with the vocabulary and imagination of a 14-year-old. No, the thing about Zach that bothers me the most is that he's so smug about himself. He thinks he's the bomb, so to speak. And no matter what I say to discourage him, he doesn't get it. Asking him for help goes against everything I believe in. But apparently, if I want to find Cortez anytime soon, I don't have a choice. This is so humiliating. According to Zach, I can find Cortez uptown, right off Metro Circle, at a movie theater called Mercury Theater. Even I know that's an Orson Welles reference. It makes sense because I remember him seeing something about old movies yesterday morning. I'll have to catch the subway to get there. Oh, I can't wait. I so love Metro Circle. The prostitutes, the drug dealers, the decomposing garbage, the tourists. Oh yeah. Sweet. Note to self, next time you promise to go on a date with Zach Lee, bring somebody along to put a bullet through your head. Like, duh. We're gonna have to
Nada. Nothing.
fix this water pressure thing eventually, I remember.
Budge! The pressure's probably too high. Mystifying.
But how do we actually do that right now? Oh,
Mystifying.
that is something I know I remember I can use this
I
for.
hope it doesn't melt or anything. It's alive!
Oh, it's keeping one of them fixed. And turning the others. Boom. Okay, that's still a problem.
It won't budge. The pressure's probably too high.
Maybe not the... Yeah, okay. I guess I did all of that to get the clamps.
I'm not leaving my gold ring. Somebody's going to have to replace that cable eventually.
Alright. Brilliantly solved the puzzle.
It's a rusty thingy.
Based on memories from when I last played this game, like 15 years ago or something. And if I'm not mistaken...
It's a clothesline. I still haven't figured out what runs through the canals in Venice, but I'm sure it can't be water. It's a rubber ducky, helplessly trapped under that rusty old grill.
Okay, can't use it on the clothesline. Yeah, okay, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here yet, but let's just go to the metro and go downtown. I think that so far this game is maybe not particularly impressive. It's an interesting setup, I think, but it's, you know, dystopian 3D point-and-click adventure. I do have the HD version on, like a special HD mod for it, but I still think it looks pretty good. Alright, we need to go to... Metro Circle.
Would you believe this is the first thing I saw when I came to Newport? Big city? Gotta love it.
But this just leads back to the subway.
It's a police officer.
Hmm.
This is one of the smallest cross-level elevators I've seen. The big ones can carry up to 100 people at a time and they go way fast. I've never been inside one, of course. It's a police officer.
Hold it! You're not taking this elevator.
Why?
Because you're not carrying proper identification. Didn't you know that's a corporate offense in Newport?
In Venice, you don't have to.
I see. Venice. I should have known. Step back or I'll be forced to take you down with extreme prejudice.
How do I get permission to go through?
Only citizens of mid-level status or above are allowed to use these elevators. I guess you're new to this city or you know that.
Yeah, fresh from the countryside.
You do look like a farm girl, it's true.
Hey, watch it! How do you get mid-level status?
Birth, money, marriage. Schmucks like you and me, miss. We're stuck here.
Speak for yourself, schmuck. What's up with the cops in this city?
I'm sorry?
I mean, when you arrest people, you read them their rights, and then you sell them products.
It's all part of the job, miss. The police department is a subdivision of the Bocamba Mercer Company and the Bingo Corporation. They pay our bills.
Doesn't that constitute a conflict of interest?
Not if we don't arrest any employees of either company.
That makes so not sense.
Does when you're faced with the prospect of getting the boot, miss. I have kids, and I'd like to see them through college.
Thanks, officer.
God, this is such a dystopia.
And to inform you of the fantastic range of products offered by Bocamba Mercer and Bingo. Manufacturers of the world's favorite soft drinks and handguns.
Good God. Okay, well, we're not gonna get up there until we find some form of ID. Where's the trigger for the other area that I saw?
Metro Circle, Metro Circle.
There we go.
Popular place. Not my crowd, though. I think he's selling something. Counterfeit. Triple strength raptures, probably. Highly addictive and guaranteed to blow your mind. Literally. This guy's the reason they invented the phrase hitting the bottle. And he's hitting it hard. Well, at least he's not doing Amethyst.
That seems a little judgy. Like, I'm no expert, but that seems a little judgy.
It's a liquor store. Mercury. They left out the theater bit, but maybe that's self-explanatory. The Maltese Falcon. Oh, yeah! I remember this one. It's a Disney cartoon with a falcon who, goes looking for a black cauldron. It's got singing mice in it, I think. I mean, don't they all? Casablanca. That's with John Wayne and Katharine Hepburn, I think. They play a married couple who adopt a baby leopard during World War II. It's a timeless classic.
She doesn't know much about movies. To be fair, these movies are 200 plus years old, but...
Ghost Story, written and directed by Ragnar Tornquist. I saw that. It's a classic.
Ragnar Tornquist is the writer and creator of this game.
Women in dire need of medical attention. I thought that was a porno, but I guess it's just an artsy foreign flick. As long as they speak French, it can't be smut.
Oh, if they speak French, it's extremely smut.
Bergman Festival at the Mercury Theater. Opens August 1st, 2209. That's on Tuesday. Sounds interesting. Maybe I'll go. Just trash.
Lady, don't you keep playing with that thing now, you hear? Leave it be.
Fat guy. Oh, come on, fat.
Yes, Oh, geez. Hold on there 1 second, lady. Dang marquee, light up! Good. Now stay that way, you hear?
Do you work at the theater?
Yes, I'm Freddie. Freddie Mellon. My mama, Mrs. Dottie Mellon, she owns the theater. Yep, I reckon she does, She owns it, and she be running it by her own self like a real proprietor. I reckon I help out some, of course, yep.
And what do you do, sir?
I'm the usher. And I also takes care of sweeping and cleaning up after the show. My mama, Mrs. Dottie Mellon, she say she reckon I'm a regular jack of all trades. I'll tell you what, I think she's right about that,
Is the theater open now?
No, I reckon it ain't, lady. It don't open till this evening. Ain't nobody in there either. I reckon that wouldn't be legal.
Do you know a man called Cortez?
No. I can't say as I does, lady. Ain't never met him. Now, I reckon I'd like to get on with my sweeping on.
I don't understand why
I'm
they're
supposed to meet him here. Are you sure you don't know him?
they're making this person dumb.
Look, lady, I reckon you should just mind your own bee's knees and get. I told you, I ain't seen Cortez today.
You said you didn't know Cortez.
I reckon I don't know nobody by that name, so I tell you what. I'd mighty appreciate it if you'd stop bothering me and let me get on with my work. Jesus, Mary, and baby Joseph, I reckon the whole dang world wants to find Cortez today.
Thanks anyway.
Yes'm. I'll tell you what. You go on now, and let Freddie Mellon do his sweeping before his mama, Mrs. Dottie Mellon, get all pissed off.
I don't understand why they had to make that person
there.
simple,
Having fun?
but
Didn't your mother teach you not to talk to strangers?
She never mentioned anything about that.
She should have. Now get lost.
Why are you dressed like a cop?
What do you mean, why am I dressed like a... Hey, wait a second, what's it to you?
Just trying to do my bit for the boys in blue, sir. You look like a cop, so if you're on a stakeout or something, you should try to blend in a little more. Go native.
Yeah, how?
I don't know. But that trench coat, it sort of gives it away. Perhaps a pair of blue jeans and one of those I'm with stupid t-shirts might help.
Hold on, let me get this down right. Hey, wait a second, what am I doing? Who the hell do you think you are?
The NPD fashion consultant?
Is that supposed to be funny, ma'am? Are you a comedian or something? Because I'm not laughing. I'm not even smiling, am I? Now get your ass out of here and don't bother me again.
Is that a threat?
Damn right it's a threat.
That guy's so conspicuous, he's gotta be a cop on a stakeout assignment. It's a fuse box. There's something wrong with the power in that box, and it looks like the theater marquee's connected to the same switch. It keeps flickering on and off.
Hey, keep your hands to yourself. That's city property, ma'am.
Hello again.
Christ, don't you ever quit. What is it now?
Are you on the job?
On the job? What do you mean, on the job?
You know, an assignment, stakeout, undercover operation.
I suggest you get the hell out of here now, ma'am, before things get ugly.
Was that a threat? Are you threatening me?
Yes, I am.
Hello again.
Christ, don't you ever quit. What is it now?
Don't you get tired of hanging around here all day long?
No, ma'am.
So you're completely fine. There's nothing you'd want.
That's right.
Nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Not even a bite to eat?
Just had a full lunch, ma'am. Thanks for asking.
So you just had lunch.
That's right. At Cool Cow.
What did you have?
A triple whammy cow patty with a side order of grease onions and a large bingo cola. No ice.
oh, that sounds
What about
good.
fries?
And a double order of cheese and fried taters, yeah. Tastiest damn fries you're ever likely to find. Soaking in melted goat cheese.
And you had this when?
About an hour ago.
And you don't feel, the urge to go?
No, ma'am, no. My bowels are genetically enhanced and require only perfunctory attention.
The burger filled you up good? You don't have the munchies?
Well, now you mention it, I have a craving for sweets. I didn't have time for my usual Cool Cow strawberry pie with whipped cream, chocolate sauce, and a scoop of ice cream.
Jesus, that's
Wait a
sweet.
second. What am I telling you all this for? Who the hell are you anyway? Hey, get out of here, ma'am, right this minute, or else...
Is this a threat? I think that was a threat.
A very serious one, ma'am.
I'm gonna do a very bad thing. We're gonna cover the sweets and ooze. And we're gonna give the stinky candy to the
Would you like a
detective.
candy?
Hey, yeah, that'll hit the spot.
Oh. Oh god. I feel bad doing that.
What the hell? The taste. Sickening. I feel kinda... Christ.
Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? Did you just throw a rock at my head? Now, I tell you what, you shouldn't have done that. I reckon that was a bad mistake.
Alright, well, I chased off the cop.
You should have seen him run, lady. I reckon I ain't never seen nobody run that fast. And he was clutching at his buttocks like he had the runs or something. He even lost his stupid old hat in the gutter. I ain't never seen anything that funny in a while.
Where's the hat? Where's the hat? Ran this way. I feel like if you mentioned that hat, I probably want to grab the hat.
The box office is closed.
Alright.
It's that detective guy's hat.
Now, I'm not sure yet what to do with that hat, but I have a hat.
It's some kind of keyhole. A zigzag lightning bolt. I just love that word zigzag. Caution. Is that like a general caution, as in life caution? Life should carry a big yellow caution sticker. It's certain to kill you sooner or later. It's a rubber glove, but it's pretty useless with that big hole in it. Oh, God, it's awful. It tastes like mouthwash. It's some kind of keyhole.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to do anything without that key or something for it.
That door leads back into what looks like an alleyway behind the theater. It's locked. Hi.
What can I do for you, Mia?
Thanks, anyway.
Yes'm. I'll tell you what. You go on now, and let Freddie Mellon do his sweeping before his mama, Mrs. Dottie Mellon, get all pissed off.
The eye came loose. Poor Constable Guybrush. Sorry, Guybrush. but I need to borrow your eye for a while.
Do I?
It's Constable Guybrush. It's Constable Guybrush. It's Constable Guybrush. Monkey see, monkey do. Well, not without this he won't. It's a picture of Charlie, Emma, and me in Florence Park. Marcus took it about a month. Popular place. Not my crowd, though. Popular place. Not my crowd, though.
I guess this leads directly to the subway? Let's roam around this area a little bit more. I don't want to use the walkthrough just yet, so I'll give myself some more time to kind of just wander and figure things out.
Actresses wanted for snuff movie parody. Meet up at Dock 12, Newport Harbor, Saturday at midnight, and keep quiet about it. If I was the suspicious type, I'd think this was kinda fishy.
You don't say.
It's the official Vava notice board. Only read the annual Vava summer exhibit, August 11th through 18th. God.
Anything in here?
There's a really nice one here on Turner. I love his landscapes. That's another one of Olaf's. I swear he does a painting in, like, a day. That's pretty damn good, too. It's Emma's contribution to the exhibition. I have no idea what it is, and neither, apparently, does she. But it looks absolutely beautiful. I'm way past finger painting. I need a paintbrush and palette. Not today. I can only think of two things more depressing than a blank canvas. Death and taxes.
Books. Sketchbooks. Well, at least we got the,
I'll just leave my brush and easel here before I go.
I guess not. I'm sure that rubber duck is something I have to do right now.
Nothing adds more to the tranquility of a city park than a huge rusty iron bridge. Rusty. The Fringe Cafe, my home away from home.
What's up inside? Does Cheryl have anything to tell me?
Any nightmares tonight, April?
After last night, are you kidding? It's a wonder I haven't gone crazy yet.
So you're in the true believer crowd then?
What do you mean?
What I mean is, a lot of people who were here last night refuse to admit that they saw what they saw. Or they blame it on hidden holographic projectors or drugs in the coffee.
That's as good an explanation as any, don't you think?
Is it? Among all the alternatives, you'd prefer to believe in a conspiracy?
What, and face the fact that we all might be going mad, or that something really bad is happening?
Who knows, April? Perhaps sometimes it's better to embrace the mystery rather than trying to explain it.
I believe what I see, Charlie. Sometimes I don't even believe that. Anyway, let's not talk about that right now, okay?
Okay.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Charlie?
Why would I mind, girl?
Could I ask you a few more questions about yourself?
Yeah, sure. If you're interested.
That's all I wanted to know, Charlie.
I hate that when we're done with a conversation tree,
Thanks, Charlie.
they don't automatically remove it. Alright. No. Neither of these things is what I wanted to do. I just want to find the spot. There we go. What else is here? Nobody, but I'll take some bread. Oh, okay, a plan is forming in my mind.
It's a jukebox, according to Stan. It's an original. Almost 200 years old. I don't know. It looks like a replica to me. A good replica, but still. Tom's Follies.
Alright, I think with the bread we might be able to do what we need to do. My idea, and I might be totally off on this, is to throw the bread to draw a pigeon or some shit, counting on the pigeon to pierce the rubber ducky, and then find a way to pull it up. Alright.
Clank? I still haven't figured out what runs through the canals in Venice, but I'm sure it can't be water.
We got a clothesline, which is good. Now let's see if we can track that rubber ducky.
It's a rusty thingy.
Can't really see the canals from here.
It's a rusty thingy. It's a rusty thingy.
Oh,
I know that duck. Bon voyage, ducky.
no, I want Ducky. Where is Ducky going? Where is Ducky going? Please tell me it's going to the cafe. I want Ducky. I want Ducky to repair the rubber glove so I can actually insulate myself and not die when I open the electric thing.
It's a rubber ducky. It looks disturbingly familiar. But how the heck did it get all the way over here?
Alright, let's try to...
The duck's deflated. The duck's inflated.
still unclear what purpose the dock is gonna fulfill, but we have it, I guess. Is there really nothing on the first screen? Let's try that again. That leads back to the subway.
Those elevator tubes provide access to the mid and upper levels of Newport. I'd need proper ID before I could use them, of course.
Anything in that screen that we can use? Nothing that I can tell. Liquor store to Metro Circle. Subway. Club. Nope. I want to go back to Metro Circle.
Box office is closed.
I said leave it be.
Alright.
I feel like someone's staring at me.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know how to open it.
Some kind of keyhole. It's that detective guy's hat. It's a plastic-coated clothesline. Hi.
What can I do for you, Mia?
Thanks, anyway.
Yes'm. I'll tell you what.
It's locked. That door leads back into what looks like an alleyway behind the theater. Monkey see, monkey do. Well, not without this he won't.
Can blow up the rubber ducky. Why? What the?
The clamp's open.
What the what?
It's a clamp. It's a clamp.
What the heck am I doing?
It's a matchbook from the Fringe Cafe. Rubber glove, patched up, and good as new. It's a sticky, half-eaten piece of candy.
What the hell am I... What? Hmm. Alright, this is where I feel like I have spent as much time as is reasonable looking up something. So, let me look up a guide. This is the longest journey. Mm-hmm. Oh. Are you serious? No, I don't want to go to Metro Circle. I want to go to the subway. How was I supposed to see that?
There's a high voltage cable running parallel with the rail, and something's gotten stuck between them. Looks like a large iron key. Can't reach down far enough. Can't reach down far enough.
Wow. What is this
When I was a wee
Scooby-Doo
lass,
shit?
I tried fishing a couple of times in the pond behind my house, but I never caught anything. I hope my luck's improved. That's a pretty cool catch. It's a large iron key.
This can't possibly be it, right? That would be ridiculous. That would be just insane. Let me make a save, by the way. What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense? An iron key in the subway station in Venice.
Hell, it gone dead on me now. I'm going to have to fix that sign proper this time round, I just need me a ladder and some tools from the basement.
Well, we can go into the alley. Definitely not creepy. No, no bad vibes here. Mm.
When's the last time somebody picked up the garbage? Smells like moldy caramel popcorn and bingo cherry cola. Disgusting. It's a mountain of garbage. It's a closed garbage bin. It reminds me of something, but I just can't put my finger on it. I feel an uncontrollable urge to raise my hands, though. The shadow's being cast by those garbage bags.
Oh, that's great.
It's kind of unsettling to be so aware of myself all the time. It's filled with a bunch of dry rags, newspapers, and a half-empty oil can. Can anybody say extreme fire hazard? All right, somebody's coming.
Hell's blazes, we got us a fire.
That's okay, I know exactly what to do. Well, I don't know where to put it, but I know exactly what to do.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Hands up! Spread your legs! And do the monkey!
Mildly amusing. It's Constable Guybrush.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Hands up! Spread your legs! And do the monkey! Dance! Dance!
All right, somebody's coming.
Hell's blazes, we got us a fire. Hands up! Spread your legs! Now, where's that voice coming from? Show yourself! I ain't scared of no guy who don't have the guts to show himself,
Okay, I need to upgrade the garbage bag to someone actually creepy. Like that. And hopefully this does it. Third time's the charm.
All right, somebody's coming.
Hell's blazes, we got us a fire. Do the monkey. Now, where's that voice coming from? Show yourself. Spread your legs. All right there, mister. Just don't you fire that gun now, you hear? I'm sorry I chased you earlier. Freddy'll do the monkey for you right now, if that's what you want, He'll do the monkey until you ask him to stop, I reckon, You, hands up! Spread your legs! And do the
Well, he is doing the monkey.
I knew you would come, sooner or later. There's no way out of here. Did you know that? There's no way out of Victory Hotel.
You have no idea what I went through to find you. First,
Do you like movies?
sure, who doesn't? Wait a second. I was trying to tell you that...
I don't much like modern movies myself. They're either too loud and expensive or too obscure and self-indulgent. But old movies, really old movies, have a charm and a simplicity that appeals to me.
Listen, please don't interrupt me again. It's starting to piss me off.
But I have never interrupted you, unless I've had something important to say, of course. But go ahead.
Whoa.
What
Can you
is
be
it you want?
so self-absorbed?
Why did you make me search all over the city for you?
Search for me? I've been here for hours, señorita. I haven't moved. The question ought to be, what made you go out of your way to find me?
When I came here, I had nothing to live for.
We agreed to meet this morning, remember?
As I remember it, there was no agreement. I said tomorrow, but you refused. I assumed you weren't interested. I apologize for making myself unavailable, however.
Don't give me that. You wanted me to come looking for you again.
Actually, no, I had to lay low for a few hours.
Does it have anything to do with the cop that was staking this place out?
There's no way out of it.
Yeah.
Hotel.
So it was a good thing I didn't stick my head out the door to look for you then, no?
Lead back inside.
He's gone now. Are you in some kind of trouble with the police? Wait, don't tell me. Immigration.
No, señorita. Not the police. There are bigger players than the police.
I don't want to know. I'm not getting mixed up with the mob or gangs or anything like that.
Here soon.
There's not much you want to be mixed up in at all, is there?
My life's complicated enough as it is, Mr. Cortez. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Answers. You want,
Because we're both
you
gonna
need
die.
answers.
Everyone died.
You keep telling me that, but you never give me any answers. Just more questions. Like, who's out to get you? What's going on with me? How come you know so much about me?
I plan to answer all your questions today, April. By the time you go to sleep tonight,
Now,
your world will have changed,
I don't want to die.
and nothing will ever be the same.
Not in here.
You're just being cryptic again. It's like soap opera sex. Lots of boring dialogue, and when you finally go to bed, everything's dark and covered by blankets.
You want the full Monty then? Come with me.
I knew you would
Come outside.
sooner or later.
No more talk. I will show you
No
the
way out
truth.
there. Did you know that?
Okay, as long as the truth is not your nickname for your penis.
All exits just...
This is probably as good a place as any. At least there's no one around to see, except rats.
To see what?
My
Stand
dick.
back, señorita.
What for? What are you doing?
My dick is so big and in
Why,
space.
Alice, I'm sending you through the looking glass.
What? What is that? Please tell me it's a hologram.
It's a mirror to reflect your dreams.
I don't see anything, just light.
Oh, you have to step through.
Step through that? Oh no, I don't think so.
This is the moment of decision, April. All time, past and present, revolves around this moment. The destiny of worlds is in your hands. But you must make the choice on your own. La vida es corta. You must decide how to live it best.
I'm not sure what I should do.
I'm not sure what I should do.
I understand. It's a difficult decision, because whatever you do, your life will change forever. So take your time. Think about it. Don't rush into a decision you're not ready to make.
Well, my life sucks anyway.
Are you ready to step through the looking glass?
I don't want to go to the date tonight, so... Alright, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Vamos. Enter the light.
Don't say that, it sounds too ominous. Just tell me what's gonna happen.
You're about to take the first step on the longest journey of your life.
Hey.
Don't worry. I'll I'll be waiting right here.
I must be insane to do this.
It's also the
Yes.
box arts
It's pretty much a
quote, if you see it on the box on the right. Alright, let's go. Swirling light, here we come.
Almost forgot. When you're ready to come back, pay a visit to a friend of mine called Westhouse, Brian Westhouse. Vaya con Dios, child, and may the balance protect you.
Cortez? Cortez!
Definitely not creepy.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, no shit.
Wait, what was the name Cortez told me to remember? Westhouse? Ryan Westhouse? I think that was it. Cortez said to look him up when I wanted to go home. Well, I want to go home now.
I don't even look at this mural? Apparently not.
Hello?
People who hold the cane like that, I don't like.
Hi.
Et tu? Emile, tu vas?
Do you speak English? Parlez-vous français? Habla español?
Aku, sta caen paras. Inomalante candra, ton maris orethesiton.
Where's Cortez?
Tutone eken. Tu ken vernilia fata timtu vermilian ton.
Who are you?
Ken esang maris ortona. Magigean pose ton. Sare alvoca in iriam tue ithium.
Who are you?
Ton ken esang.
Where am I?
Sankis tue. Tonan tu ken alvoch. E magican ian ton an asans. Aku kandi. Good. Niranton alvoch. Sank al koda magic. Torante. Salhe. Naven. All tongue. Al orta I beginning.
It's getting better.
In you. You have thiesa I magic I Sara. I the knowledge. Aritua ya I tue by generations e umani. Knowledge of all tongue. Now you have allowed the magic to enter your heart, and the knowledge of all tongue, ever present but dormant, to guide your ears and your tongue.
I understand you. You speak English? Why didn't
He
you
just
tell me
said
right away?
something about all tongue. Come on. Catch up.
Child, I do not speak English. I speak Naven, all tongue, the common language of Arcadia.
Arcadia? Wait a second. How did I get here? What is this place, and who the hell are you?
Oh, my manners have abandoned me yet again. I'm afraid my preoccupation with ancient texts and the company of my fellow fathers have left me unequipped with the grace of social intercourse.
Meaning what?
That I have been rude. My name, dear child, is Tobias Grensret, and I am the Vestrum of the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance. We are the Fathers.
Okay. I'm April. April Ryan.
I take it this is your first shift, your first passage through the Divide?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I guess this is my first shift.
Then I will explain everything. Someone must. You are without guidance, without a mentor?
Mentor? There's this guy Cortez. He assisted me, told me about magic and truth and dreams and portals. Crazy stuff. Well, it seemed crazy at the time, although now I don't...
Cortez? Ah, yes, Cortez. Very good, very good. Then come, let us proceed. Let me show you Mercuria, the grandest city of all ages. Explore Mercuria, April. See the sights, meet the people, and then, when you are ready, return to the temple. I will answer whatever questions you may have then.
In Arcadia, is it still Saturday? Do they even have Saturdays here? And why am I not screaming and frothing and tearing my hair out when I obviously should be? When confronted with the impossible, isn't your mind supposed to just snap? Perhaps because I've had so many vivid dreams about... Okay, now I don't even know if dreams is the right word anymore. Visions, perhaps. Or even better, premonitions. That's in keeping with the theme of this place. Magic. Oh, yeah, magic. Apparently I'm supposed to accept without question that magic does exist, which is impossible, but clearly not impossible enough, because here there is magic, wherever here is. Still, in the face of all the strangeness, I feel normal. For some weird and inexplicable reason, and even though I've still to wrap my head around the concept, I accept this place. It feels comfortingly familiar, in a distant, hazy way. And even though I want to go home, like right now, I'm not panicky. Not at all. Okay, just a little bit. Oh, and we should write that name down before I forget it. Brian Westhouse. That's the last thing Cortez told me, to visit Brian Westhouse whenever I wanted to go home. So, that was a lot. Let's go down to market and start.
The whole fountain's been carved in one piece from a granite-like material. Very impressive. What a sorry-looking bird.
Hey, you don't look too polished yourself, lady.
Oops, I didn't know you could talk.
Didn't look as if you could talk either.
That's a particularly sleazy-looking merchant. I wonder what he's selling.
Want to test your skill and perception with a game of cups? There are prizes to be won.
Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Time is money, so make it quick.
What do you know about Vestrum Tobias?
Vestron Tobias, eh? The High Priest of the Sentinel himself. Did you know they call themselves the Fathers? What a joke. When was the last time they did anything for us, the people? No. They are only interested in sticking with their outdated customs and keeping their secrets under lock. I'm getting more and more inclined to listen to these new people, the Vanguard. Their ideas appeal to me. They may be radical, but we're past due for a change. Only thing I don't wholly approve of is their alliance with the Tyrant. Filthy, dangerous people. But the Vanguard seem to have them under control, so I'm not too worried. I wish they wouldn't allow them into the city, though.
How do you get along with your neighbor?
The maps merchant? We've faced each other for 6 years now, every single day, and he never speaks a word to me except to insult me. Nose high in the sky, calls me a charlatan, as if he's the guardian himself. You know, good oversized bag of wind?
Do you know anything about Stark?
Not much. I'm not too sure if I even believe in the place. I mean, you hear the stories and you read the books. Well, I don't, but some do. A place where there's no magic, only science? Sounds like a bloody paradise, doesn't it? I mean, with my, skills, I could make a killing in a place like that.
What's Arcadia like?
What a queer question that is. What's the world like? It's big, for one, and too expensive. And they should ban Dalmari women from gambling because I swear they have a second sight.
Thanks.
Now, how about a game of cups?
What can I win?
Well, there's coin, of course. Double your bet or choose from a wide variety of exotic prizes. Like this antique Domari canter from Guyenne. A superb replica of Mount Tyranny cast in pure solid iron. A magic walnut from the once glorious island kingdom of Anciel. And this, unique bird. Get me out of here! Keep your beak shut, you scraggly piece of... And he talks! Great for feasts and for the amusement of infants. He's our top prize, a real keeper.
How do I play?
You put your coin down on the table. I put a cup on top of it and shuffled it around with the other 2 cups. And all you have to do is guess which one hides your coin. And remember, no magic used and none allowed. This amulet right here will light up if you use magic. Then you'll be banned. For life.
Sorry, but I'm broke.
May the balance bring coin to your pocket, young lady, so that you may return to me and invest it in a game of cups.
Okay, so we definitely need to find some money so we can free this bird.
Talking bird. It's the traditional game of cups in which you stand no chance of ever winning. The fun part is seeing just how much you can possibly lose in one go.
I'm thinking that this
Not particularly hungry.
is gonna have something to do with keeping the cups the
Who's the guy in
same.
charge of the cups game?
Back to this merchant.
Maps, I got maps. Can I interest you in a map, miss? Top-notch, hand-drawn in quality ink by skilled sunwriters. Ain't no better in all the Northlands.
How much are your maps?
That depends, miss. I got a very nice one here of the border mountains for only 6 arons, fresh from the quill of a sunwriter. Maps, get your maps here.
Do you sell maps of the city?
Can't help you there, miss. The Guild of Tourism has monopoly on city maps. I can tell you're not from around here, or you'd know that. Got tons of maps of all the Northlands, though, from the city of Tyron to the Bay of Fire. Maps!
Well, where do I find the Guild of Tourism? Yeah.
Where do I find the Guild of Tourism?
They're closed for the holidays.
Sure, that makes sense. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Yes, Maps?
Do you know Vestrum Tobias?
Everyone knows Vestrum Tobias, girl. He's been an important part of this city for as long as I can remember.
What can you tell me about him?
The Vestrum is an honorable man, but a conservative one, and I don't know if he still has the best interests of the people at heart. Sometimes I think he worries too much about custom. The Sentinel have been our so-called protectors and keepers of the balance for so long we don't even think of it anymore. But now that the Vanguard are introducing a new way of thinking, new philosophies, I'm afraid the Sentinel will find their power diminish before too long. Their resistance to change will be their downfall. Mark my words, their downfall for certain. And Tobias, honorable man that he is, will be remembered as the captain who went down with his ship.
How do you get along with your neighbors?
The Cup's handler? Stay away from him, miss. He takes great joy in robbing people's purses. You can't beat him, not without magic, and he doesn't allow magic at his table.
How would he know if I did use magic?
Oh, he's got one of those blasted talismans. They're always digging up magical artifacts in Shagagriel, and they sell them to dogs like him for a silver coin or two. Get a proper job, you son of a mole!
What do you know about Stark?
Land of wonders, strange customs, and machinery. Ah, to be in Stark. I'd give my right leg. Well, perhaps not my right leg as such. You really need two sturdy legs to
It's fascinating that these people know about the existence of Stark, but the people from Stark don't know about the existence of Arcadia.
Chaotic, unpredictable magic does no good to anyone. Now, machines built by man, controlled by man, in servitude of man. That's the future, isn't it? Yes, the Vanguard may be a little unorthodox in their methods and teachings, but they're right about one thing. Stark and Arcadia belong together, not apart.
What's Arcadia like?
What can I say about a whole world, girl? It's a beautiful place for sure, but we're stuck in the past. We don't look ahead, not like our cousins in Stark. Magic is all well and good, but it won't bring our world into the modern age, and Arcadia is untamed. It's wild and unpredictable. Good for the map business, sure, but not so good for productivity and expansion. No, some people may consider our world a paradise. The Sentinel, for one, they'd prefer to keep it just the way it is. Me, I'd like to see some changes, and fast.
Thanks for your help.
Maps!
No maps for me today, thanks.
Fair enough, miss, but don't expect me to come running to your aid if you ever get lost in Riverwood. Without my maps, you'll probably end up a mole's dinner or worse. Maps!
Alright.
In a world without the screen, that's what passes for entertainment. And it's pretty darn good.
Up with a city. Will you actually let me go through? Oh, you do? Okay.
Those guys must be part of the City Watch. They look a hell of a lot more intimidating than the Newport cops, despite the lack of an exoskeleton. This guy's selling musical instruments. Most of these I don't even recognize. But he's got a drum in there and what looks like half a guitar and a couple of dried rabbit carcasses. Ugh.
Hey, that sounded good.
Stout Guardians of the City. Wooden but stout. And that blue fire is way cool. She's selling a variety of fresh fish. The walls look ancient. Arcuria must be at least as old as anything back in the real... in my world. This guy's selling lobsters, crabs, eels, and... What the hell is that purple thing? That is so not appetizing.
We are definitely not in Kansas anymore.
Blue fire. It's either propane or magic. I'm guessing the latter. The old man and the, ocean? Looks like a lifetime at sea has left his tracks on him.
And it be looking like a lifetime of shooting your mouth off be taking its toll on yous.
I guess this means she's actually
Hello, old man.
speaking out loud, huh?
I got me no treasure, and I got me no map of no buried treasure. I just be an old sailor with no ship, so leave us be.
What are you doing?
Mending nets, of course. What it look like I be doing?
I'm not well versed in maritime customs.
Mar what? Ah, yous mean sea life, do you not? Ah, the smell of the salty sea, the lapping of waves on your ship, the spray of cold water on your face, plump maidens in every part. Aye, I tell yous, I be having stories about the sea.
Care to share some of your maritime stories with me?
Mar what? Ah, tales of the sea, right? Sure, sweetie, I be happy to. Now, what stories be you wanted to hear, then?
Any tale of your exciting adventures will do.
I be having plenty of tales to tell. There be the tale of me adventures in the Baksheevan Empire, if you'd be interested. It'll be a tale of grand romance, just up your alley, be sure of it.
Sure.
Sure, that sounds like a fine story.
Aye. It be near on 50 years ago that I was a mate on a sturdy old lady called the Three-Legged Whore.
The what?
What do I be saying? She was called the Thrifty Horse, she was. Aye, that be her name.
The Three-Legged Whore.
You don't remember the ship's name, do you?
Anyways, I be a young mate then, and we be anchored in Monterba, the grand western port of the once glorious Baksheevan Empire. I be having ship leave until the following evening, and it be me first visit to that exotic and dangerous port. So I sets out to have a look around. Now, bear in mind that Monterba be ruled by a mock. Like all large Baksheevan cities. In principle, the mock be having to report to and pay half of all taxes to the emperor in Port Altaban. But with the Baksheevan Empire having all but crumbled into pieces, the provinces do be having the power to do pretty much as they be wanting. And so I sets out on me own that day to explore the city. Now, bear in mind that all the cities of the Southlands in the once glorious empire of
A little too long.
And that be how I meet me bird. How I seduce and romance the mock's daughter. How I be chased from Monterba by the mock's soldiers. And how I be the first man to walk across the desert of Shangagriel, the wastelands. And how I be getting this awful rash on. Ah, girl, you do not be sleeping, do you?
No, no, me? What? No. No.
What? What? Sleeping? No. Just concentrating really hard.
Arr.
Good story, though. Solid material. Ever considered doing a book?
Aye, but the agents in Marcuria be bloodthirsty vampires with no thought but to milk your life's blood.
Oh, so they take an outrageous commission then?
No, they actually be bloodthirsty vampires with a penchant for biting your neck when you ain't be looking.
Huh. What have you got in that chest?
What chest?
The one you're sitting on.
Oh, that be no chest, girl. That be me stool. Aye, me stool, carved into the uncanny likeness of a chest.
But what's in it?
No priceless treasure, that be for sure. Nothing at all. It be empty.
Hmm.
No, really. What's in the chest?
Oh, live snakes. Aye, snakes that'll bite your face off before you have time to jump. Better leave them be, then.
I'm still curious about that chest.
Right. I be telling yous. Curse the balance, girl. You never give up, do you? I be having no real treasure in here, like I told ye. But it be where I keep me personal articles and things I be picking up now and then on me travels. And me bed, it's where I be keeping me bed before I be losing him. I be a stupid old man. He be my best friend. I ain't nobody else around to talk to, you see, on account of him being a talking bird.
What happened to your talking bird?
Let me guess. You bet on the 3-cup game and lost.
Out of him. Aye, that cups handler on the marketplace be cheating me in a full game of cups, and I be having to give me bird up to try to win me money back.
And what happened?
He be taking me bird when I be choosing the wrong cup. Aye, my best friend taken from me. Cursed be the balance. I be all lonesome now. The worst part is that me bird is now a prize to be won. A prize in a cups game. Beat the handler thrice and you win a prize of your choice, me poor bird.
What's your bird's name?
Bird.
Oh.
All right.
I gotta get going.
Ah, yous young'uns all be always running round. Everything be so important. Yous be having no time to sit down and take a breath. So go. Be not wasting your time here with me.
I love the vibes of the sea. Great sound design. All right.
It's a lighthouse.
Let's head toward the big boat.
Ahoy there, matey!
Pardon?
Isn't that how you sailors greet each other?
No.
What do you say then?
Usually, hello. And if it's sunny, nice day for it. We might even try a how are you today then, if we're feeling adventurous. But never, ever, ahoy.
This is valuable information.
Aye, matey, that it be.
Why aren't you out at sea?
Do you see the sail on that barge over there?
Yes?
Is it flapping?
What?
Is it flapping? Is the sail flapping in the wind?
No.
And why is that then?
Because it's not windy?
Exactly.
Well, can't you just use oars or something?
Oh, what an excellent idea. Now, why didn't we think of that? Of course. Oars! By Jaw's stunted left arm, that's it. Why have we been moored to the dock for a month with our merchandise dropping in value when we could have just rowed our way to Guienne?
Are you being sarcastic?
Sarcastic? Me? What in Jaw's name makes you think that?
How long's it been since the last wind?
Near a month. Ever since that accursed alchemist put some kind of spell on the wind.
Jesus.
The Moja'll be cursed if I know why. But it's a bloody catastrophe. I've sent some good people of mine up north to deal with him. But not one has returned. Now the Areed High Council speak of sending an entire army platoon to sort him out. But I'm afraid that just might piss him off.
Who's this alchemist who cast a spell on the wind?
I believe his name is Clax. Roper Clax. Lives in a bloody rock somewhere up north, beyond Riverwood.
Thanks for the chat.
Aye.
Alright.
It's a small ship or boat. I don't know the difference. Is there a difference? It's a small ship. Assorted cargo.
Alright, we've taken a nice little tour of our surroundings. Let's go and... Oh, where's the exit? Here. There we go. Let's go back to the city. Go talk to the priest again. When that just leads out to the city.
What the hell kind of animal is that?
Weird beast of burden. Now let's go through the temple.
Excuse me, Vestrum Tobias?
Tobias. Just call me Tobias, please. I require no ceremony from a distinguished guest such as yourself. Did you enjoy the sights?
I don't know. I'm overwhelmed. Walking around out there, seeing with my own two eyes things that can't possibly exist. I kept thinking, it's all a dream. I'll wake up at any moment now and everything will return to normal. But then I realized, I'm still here. It's real. I can touch it. I can smell it. And you know what? It doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense here. Magic, alien creatures, parallel worlds. I don't believe in those things. I don't believe in fairy tales.
In your world, in Stark, there is no room for magic. That is, and always has been, the curse of science, the fallibility of logic and order. They leave no room for the imagination. If it does not fit into the narrow perception of the laws of nature that your world adheres to, it's a fairy tale.
Well, it's the laws of nature. You can't change the laws of nature.
Its downsides, too. It's unpredictable. It invites chaos. It puts the balance in peril in a way that science alone never could.
I keep hearing about the balance and about Stark and Arcadia and... This is probably going to sound strange to you, but I'm clueless. I have no idea what this place is or what I'm doing here or... All I know is that something strange is happening in my world, I guess. I had dreams, and the dreams felt so real, and then things started happening in real life too. Things that couldn't happen, and
I think I will begin at the very beginning. I believe that is why you were sent here, to learn, to understand, to see for yourself. Like you said, you cannot believe in this place. Well, you will. After you have learned the truth, you will. Come with me, and I will tell you the story of Earth as your books never have. And when your eyes and ears are open to the truth, perhaps your mind will follow. We can only hope. Come. This is the true story of the balance, as observed by the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance, the Fathers. The Sentinel Minstrom committed this story to the pages of the scriptures and to these temple walls thousands of years ago, so that coming generations could learn and understand their past and their future. The wall paintings we are looking at became known as the Murals of the Balance, and it is through these images that I will recount our common history to you, April Ryan. The story begins and ends here, with this mural. Ages ago and in ages to come, the Earth was one, and magic and science existed side by side in nature and in all people. There was balance, and there was harmony.
You're saying there was just one world then?
One world, one Earth. Magic and science in balance with each other, within each and every living creature. The power to make the stars dance and to create life itself was within our grasp. But then, humankind began to exploit this divine power of two, and they saw fit to use it for their own selfish purposes. The balance of the cosmos was in peril. Unless something was done,
Jesus,
man was humbled.
that mural is very lifelike.
Cosmos, the twilight of chaos.
Look at these people, their faces.
It had happened before, in distant times and on distant worlds, and it would happen again. And every man, woman, and child of every people and every race would be devoured by the coming apocalypse. We were given a visitation then. The Drag Kin, having lived among us for untold generations, rose to offer their guidance and assistance in preserving the balance on our world.
The Drag? I think I've heard that name before.
Drag Kin, Draken, Dragons,
Wow.
whichever name they go by, they remain the eternal servants and custodians of the balance. There were 4 of them here on Earth, and of the 4, one who would found the Order of the Balance, the Sentinel.
That's what dragons look like? Not impressive.
Were instructed that magic and science would have to be separated before the balance collapsed and brought untold disaster. Earth would have to be split in 2 equal parts. Arcadia and Stark. Magic and science. Chaos and order. The first Sentinel were counted 13. 6 scientists, 6 magicians, and 1 who was between. The Drag Kin, our mentor, our custodian, our learned guide. Both magic and science were needed to perform this most difficult of tasks. To split a world in 2, to create 2 worlds from 1.
Wasn't the use of that kind of power dangerous to the balance?
Yes, and so for this purpose, they built a tower to channel their powers and focus them on the divide that they would create. The Kin had brought a disc with them, a disc forged in the fire of their world. Placed at the base of the tower and the epicenter of the divide, the disc and the tower would become one, a conduit for the flow of magic and science. At the appointed hour, the 13 came to the tower, and with them a woman, whose destiny was decided by the purpose to which she had been born. She would be the first guardian, the human protector of the balance, who would stay in the tower for 1,000 years to watch over the two worlds and to ensure that the flows of magic and science were always equal. And so the ritual began.
That's a long info dump.
The world was to become two, separated by the balance, and each world visible to the other only by way of dreams. Who was ushered into which world was not an arbitrary choice, nor one taken lightly. For the magical creatures, the choice was simple. They had to go to Arcadia. Their kind would not survive in Stark. But for others, families were torn apart, lovers separated, and friends lost for all eternity.
That's a bummer.
Encircled by the 12 and the one who would be guardian, the disk at the base of the tower began to spin faster and faster as more and more power flowed through it, until it was a blur. Darkness enveloped the tower, but the disk glowed brighter and brighter. Reality turned, and in one moment, a new reality had been created and 2 new worlds born. In the tower there was silence. The original disk had disappeared, and in its place was a smaller counterpart, a similar yet different disk. Around and outside the tower the world looked different. They were now between Stark and Arcadia, between reality and dream. This was the realm of the balance and of the guardian, and it would be her home for the next 1,000 years.
Jeez.
The one who was kin picked up the disk and said, "This disk is a counterpart to the original disk, which has now become this realm, and the key to which has been split and divided in 4. The key is the disk, and the disk is this realm." This mystified the 12, and the one who was kin continued, "Know only this. The Guardian's realm cannot be broken unless the disk is broken. But nor can it be repaired without the disk being repaired. The 4 pieces that is the key will be given to the 6 of you who are to be taken to Arcadia for safekeeping. Yet the key will never be complete," he went on, "without the precious stones that adorn each piece. I will keep 1, and my fellow kin the 3 others. Should the day come when this realm must be repaired, or the worlds reunited, and that day will come, you will assemble the disk, and the kin will come together one last time." With that, 6 of the 13 went to Arcadia, and 6 to Stark, and the one who would be guardian ascended to the throne. Witness the mural, where her dreams and hopes, her very soul, were locked away in the disk. In service of the balance, these traits were nothing but barriers. Through new eyes, the imbalance between the worlds was as clear as the stars themselves to the Guardian, and with one thought, she channeled chaos from Arcadia and logic from Stark into the disk, and redistributed the power wherever it was needed. A new era had begun, the era of the Guardian. After they left the tower, 2 of the Drakkin went to Stark, the other 2 to Arcadia. The 6 who came to each world started what is now known as the Sentinel, the Order of the Balance. But while in Arcadia the Sentinel thrived, in Stark they did not. In Stark, the memories of magic and the balance could not survive in the face of the new reality of natural laws, of logic, and of science. And soon, very soon, Arcadia became nothing more than legend, a myth, tales of fairies to recount to impressionable children, and stories to frighten and entertain around a fire. And while dreams still brought sights and sounds of Arcadia to those asleep in Stark, they were discounted as mere dreams and nothing more.
So that's it? We forgot about our past and about Arcadia? and that's the way things are, then what's wrong with that? And why does magic from Arcadia seem to have begun leaking through to Stark?
That is another long story. But I can tell that you are tired of stories, and so I shall be brief.
That was a pretty long one, to be honest.
While in Arcadia, the Sentinel grew in numbers and in strength. In Stark, while flourishing for a brief time, they were soon diminished and powerless. Some of the Stark Sentinel did not take kindly to this, and they berated the Arcadian Sentinel for their politics and teachings. The Stark Sentinel wanted people to work towards reunification, while their brothers did not. So the inevitable soon came to pass, and the Stark Sentinel parted ways with their Arcadian brothers, and named themselves the Vanguard. And while at first their philosophy was not so different from ours, over the years it changed radically. The Vanguard wanted the divide torn down, the worlds reunited, and the return to what they called the Glorious Ages, when humankind could control the forces of cosmos. But first they needed their own servant in charge of the balance, their own guardian. Now, every 1,000 years, a new guardian took the place of the old one, because no one can be separated from their souls for any longer than 1,000 years. Every 1,000 years, a new guardian was born. The balance provided the seed from which a new fruit grew. But now, it has been 200 years since the previous guardian, the 12th guardian, was to be replaced. Every new child born to the balance has been taken away by the Vanguard to be studied in an attempt to control them. In every instance so far they have failed. But the 12th guardian could wait no longer. Only a short time ago the disk in the tower shattered, and the guardian left his throne. The balance is now untended, and we have yet to find a new guardian. Unless we do so, the Vanguard may get their chance. And they may be able to place their own puppet on the throne, to rule the balance according to their principles. And this we cannot allow. It will mean the end of Stark and Arcadia, and the dawn of an era of chaos. Now do you see?
I understand the history. I can even accept it. But I don't understand why I'm here and what Cortez wants with me.
The balance is in peril, April. The Guardian has abandoned his tower. He has disappeared, and there is no one to take his place. He must be reinstated to protect the balance until a new Guardian may be found.
And what can I do? I'm nobody. I've just been having a lot of bad dreams.
You are a strong shifter. I have not seen your like in my lifetime.
A shifter?
Someone capable of opening doors between worlds. A shift. A portal between the realms of Stark and Arcadia.
Are you kidding? I didn't do anything. Cortez was the one who opened the shift, and he just waved his hands around in the air. I don't think I'd be capable of opening a portal even if I had a magic wand.
Only a shifter's own power can allow her to travel. No one else can do this for her. Cortez only channeled your power to aid.
Alright, so I guess I'm magical in some way.
Through the shift himself.
Even if that's true, I don't have any control over my talent.
Not yet. But in time you will. How else do you intend to travel back to your world?
God, I hadn't even thought about that yet. Can't you help me?
I'm afraid not. Even if I could shift, I would not be able to channel through you like Cortez did.
So, I'm on my own?
If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer them. But aside from that, yes. Yes, you are.
That's so not cool.
No, it has been unseasonably warm. If you don't mind, I will return to my studies now. Thank you for listening to an old man and his long stories.
No, thank you. It's starting to make a little bit of sense now.
That is good news. Come see me again if you have any more questions.
Actually, I do have one. And we're gonna
April Ryan, you have
call
got
it
to be
soon.
faster. Excuse me. Do you know a man named Brian Westhouse?
Westhouse? That old goat? Yes, unfortunately. What would you with him?
I need to find him.
I do not know where he lives. I hear somewhere on the outskirts of the city by the sea, but I cannot tell you any more than that.
Who'd know about Westhouse?
His whereabouts? I do not understand what you would with him. He is rude, uncultured, and ignorant.
Cortez told me to look him up.
Well, I do not know where he lives or frequents, but someone at the market may. He trades merchandise there, and I think he collects maps of the Northlands.
Who did you say I should see about Westhouse?
The map merchant at the market may know. There is one thing I must tell you, however. Few would know Westhouse by his real name. In the city, he is known as the Rolling Man because of his strange two-wheeled vehicle. A most dreadful
Must be a
dangerous
bike.
contraption if I ever saw one.
A bicycle?
Perhaps. It has a grotesque appearance, much like the Westhouse himself.
What do you know about Cortez?
Your mentor? What has he told you about himself?
Not much. Nothing, in fact. He's a complete mystery to me.
To learn something about someone, the best way to go about it is to ask them yourself. There is nothing I can do to enlighten you.
But who is he?
He is who he is, what he is. If he has not told you himself, then perhaps he does not wish you to know. It would be improper for me to divulge his secrets.
You're as bad as he is. No offense. It's just frustrating.
I understand. The next time you see him, tell him what you have told me. Maybe he will tell you the truth, maybe he will not. It is his choice to make.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions about Arcadia?
I will try my best to answer any question you may have, April.
What's the history of Arcadia?
There is so much I do not know where to begin. In truth, it would be wiser to ask someone else, unless you wish to know about the Fathers, the Balance, or Mudhoppers.
Mudhoppers?
My secret passion. They are a most fascinating species.
Someone's a nerd.
Most fascinating indeed. But I am not practically versed in the intricacies of history, I'm sorry to say.
What's Marcuria like?
I have lived in this city all my life, and still it amazes me what a diverse, exciting, and wonderful place it is. Many have called Marcuria the jewel of the Northlands, and they are right. But it is a diamond in the rough. A city this size can never be flawless.
Alright.
There are always shadows, and people who hide in them. Lately, the shadows have grown and darkened, and I fear for the future. But Marcuria is still a wonderful place to live.
What are the Northlands?
The Northlands is a collective term for all the lands north of the Great Sea, and south of the border mountains including Ireed, Tyran, and Khorasan. Before, however, the word Northlands was used to describe this entire continent, including the territories north of the mountains and the icy wastes beyond that. Some still prefer the latter interpretation of the name. And to the people of the Southlands, anyone hailing from north of the Great Sea is a Northlander regardless.
What else can you tell me about Marcuria?
Marcuria is the capital of Ireed, the unified country, and we are located on the southern coast of the Northlands, halfway between Tyran and Khorasan.
You could almost call us the Middlelands,
Between
really.
the Snapjaw and the Gate Beast, some might call it. Between the embers and the fire. Yet democracy and peace have reigned for thousands of years now, and although relations may at times be strained with our tyrant neighbors, the High Council are masters of diplomacy. And Lord Igvandelen is a firm and just chief counselor of the Iridan flag.
Tell me a little about Ireed.
Ireed means both unification and assembly in High Tongue, and many still call Ireed the unified country, even though it is an age and a half since the lands of the north joined together in alliance. Ireed stretches from the plains of Nedra in the north to the Great Sea in the south, and from the territories of Tyran in the west to the thick woodlands in the east. It is populated by humans and Dolmare, Tyran and a number of other races. It is even said that a tribe of Venar have a ring of trees in Riverwood, though I'm not sure that is anything but a myth.
Thanks for the information.
I'm glad I could assist you.
How am I supposed to get back to Stark?
The only way to get back is through a shift. You are a shifter, April, and the power to travel between worlds is within you.
It might be within me, but it doesn't look like it's coming out anytime soon.
I wish I could help you, but I cannot. You must find the path on your own.
I'll see you later.
You will? If you say so, then it must be true.
Alright. So, our goal is to find Brian Westhouse, and we should talk to Mapmaker for it. And you can already tell, because of, metagaming and all that, that we're gonna have to piece together whatever copy of the disc and key that they broke up. So, that's gonna be the long-term goal. But for now, that's gonna do it for today. I'm not gonna actually read the diary. Ooh. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna read the diary. We'll summarize all this next time, so we are fresh going into what we're supposed to do. For now, thank you for watching. You can find me at twitch.tv/gameswithnick and youtube.com/gameswithnick. I'll be back on Twitch on Friday afternoon, playing some Tomb Raider, and maybe sometime tomorrow for a bonus stream. Still kinda deciding on that. Otherwise, all my VODs are found on YouTube, so feel free to check that out. I recently reorganized YouTube, adding a bunch of playlists, so things should be nice and organized now, so feel free to check that out. Click like, subscribe, follow here on Twitch, all the good stuff. So yeah, thank you for watching, and until next time.